Hi everyone, my name is Karen. This is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you a reading vlog. Hi guys, welcome to a new vlog and to a new year. Happy New Year. It is 4:20 p.m. on Tuesday, the 1st of January 2019. 2019 has arrived. So I've been having a super lazy day. I'm still in my pajamas because if there is a day that you can spend the entire day in your pajamas, it's New Year's Day. So I ended up going to bed really late last night, and it's not because I had a rager of a New Year's Eve. If you guys saw my last vlog, which had New Year's Eve in it, I was reading right up until the dot of midnight, well, just past midnight. And then I was trying to get that vlog uploaded before I went to bed. So I ended up staying up till, I probably didn't get to sleep until almost 4 a.m. So I did that. That was great. What was great? I read, so I got it uploaded, read a little bit because I was really tired and I wanted to go to sleep. But on the other hand, I was like, I can't start 2019 off by going to bed without reading. So I read a little bit. I then got up this morning at about 9:30, fed beautiful Winifred and did all of that, and I ended up going back to bed, and I was awake for a little bit, and then I ended up falling back asleep, and I didn't get up until around 2 in the afternoon, because again, if there's a day where you can sleep till 2, it's New Year's Day. So did that. So I've been up for the past couple of hours. I've just been kind of reading, watching BookTube, not doing anything too exciting. I'm about to settle in now to watch a movie. And while I'm watching a movie, I'm planning to get started on organizing everything for 2019 with my reading. I haven't planned anything yet. I haven't done my goals. I haven't even really thought about what goals I want to do in 2019. So that's something I'll have a look at. I also need to set up just all of my new spreadsheets for 2019. I can now do my statistics for December, but not just for December, but for the year of 2018 and just for everything. So I'm planning to get started on doing all of those things, just working out my upload schedule, because I always, as I'm sure most people do, have so many videos to go up in January, because you have not just your normal content like wrap up, TBR, book haul, my Mark Just to Read video, plus like 4 vlogs throughout the month. I've also got, favorites. I'll probably do a wrap up of the Around the Year in 52 Books challenge. I've got favorites video. I want to do my final, what I watched for the last quarter, and I also wanted to do a top 5 movies, or top 5, maybe 10 movies that I saw in the past in 2018. So I want to do all of those videos. So there's so much to go up. Some of it may end up bleeding into February, but who cares? Everybody loves end of the year, beginning of the year videos. So if it ends up going into February, then that's a good thing in my opinion. So yeah, I'm going to watch a movie now and get started on all those stats. But before I do that, I wanted to give you guys the first reading update of the year. So I've been reading on my Kindle. I had one book that I originally had planned to get to in December, but I ended up reaching my 250 book goal without having to read this, so it wasn't a big deal to carry it into January. So the first book that I'm reading is Forget Me Not by A.M. Taylor. This is the thriller, and I'm really actually excited to start my year off with a thriller. I don't think I've done that previously. Well, in fact, I could tell you, I've got my spreadsheet right here of my 2018 reads. What was my very first read of 2018? Let me just scroll up to the top. Oh, I lied. That's actually quite coincidental. My first read of 2018 was also a NetGalley thriller, so I guess I'm on trend. So this one is about a girl named Maddie, a woman named Maddie, who, when she was 17, her best friend disappeared. Her car was found left by the side of the road. The car was locked and it had no petrol or gas. And so her best friend Nora was just never seen again. It's 10 years later. It's the 10-year anniversary of her disappearance, when Nora's younger sister Noelle, who is now 17, is found murdered on the anniversary in the exact spot where Nora went missing. And that kind of kicks everything off. So we're trying to find out what happened to Noelle, what happened to Nora, all of those things. It's set in a fairly small town from what I can gather. You guys know I love small town mysteries. They're some of my favorites. Winifred just tried to walk over the cushions and just knocked it over and scared herself. Hi, cutie. I bet you she's going to want to sleep on it like that now. What you doing? She's saying, what I'm doing is thinking that this might be a really good place to just lie down now. This looks comfy. Oh, she's got her claw stuck in the blanket. Can you get it? Oh, good job. Are you going to lay down there? Mommy doesn't really want it like that. She wants the cushion back up on the back of the couch where it belongs. She's settling in. So yes, I've been reading that. I started it last night, like I mentioned before I went to bed. So at like 3:30 a.m. I started it. I only read like 6%. I just literally did like some token, like read a couple of chapters prior to going to sleep so that I could actually got off it to start off the year right. And I'm currently 35% of the way through, so just over a third. Pretty happy with that reading so far. I think I'll be able to make it halfway through it at a minimum tonight, which will be a great thing. Winifred is pushing on the camera. Hi. Oh, you're so snuggly. Oh my god, she literally just bent the viewfinder back. Okay, yeah. Can we... I'm literally holding her tail out of the way. Okay, now she's sitting. Okay, so Winifred, honestly, sometimes you're a pain. You're so cute though. So that is the reading update. This is the first update for the year. I hope that your guys' reading year has got off with a bang. And I will check in with you guys probably tomorrow at some point. I'm planning to have a bit more of I still want to like chill. I go back to work on the 7th, so I've got like 5 whole days after today off still. And I've got things that I want to do during that time, but I also just want to chill and relax. But I need to take my niece and nephew Christmas shopping. I also want to go shopping myself, probably with my mum. We both got vouchers to a bookstore for Christmas from my sister, so I want to do that, obviously. And I also plan to go secondhand book shopping sometime before I go back to work. But I don't know if my mum want to come along for this or if I have to make a separate trip. I need to pick up some stuff for work. Like, I really need new pants for work. Because Winifred has basically destroyed my main, like my favorite pair for work. They've just got so many like threads pulled on them because she claws me sometimes while I'm wearing them. I also fell over. I think I reported like in one of my vlogs ages ago that I fell over on the way home from work. And when I did that, I ripped the knee of them. And it's like a small rip, but I've been wearing them ripped ever since. So yeah, got a lot to do over the next like 5 days, but also just hopefully a lot of relaxing and watching movies and a lot of reading and just starting the year off right. So that is it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys. It is 7:42 p.m. on Wednesday, the 2nd of January. Please excuse my appearance. I just got back from boxing class and I wanted to quickly film this now before the light gets really crap. So I've had quite a busy day today, so I ended up I was out for breakfast this morning with a bunch of my family. I then went with my parents to the bigger shopping centre near us. My mum and I both got vouchers for Christmas to a bookstore that's there. So we went to that bookstore. I got a few books there. I actually got quite a few books today because I also went the shopping centre where we had breakfast. There's a Salvation Army there, and I actually went into that Salvation Army because my mum had a few things to donate, and I picked up a few secondhand books there. Then we went to the bookstore and I got a couple of books there, plus I got another book in Kmart. So little bit of book shopping. I also got a new pair of pants for work, and I got this new tank to exercise in for boxing. So did all that, and then I got home at about 2 o'clock. I then filmed and edited my wrap-up, which is going up tonight. So I did that. I then basically had a nap for like an hour because I ended up having a really late night last night again. I went round to my parents' place to watch the Arsenal game with my dad. They played at 1:30, so I didn't get to sleep until about 4 a.m. again last night. So I had a nap for about an hour, and I then went to boxing, and here I am. So reading update. So I am still reading the Kindle book. I'm just picking it up. So I can tell you exactly how far through I am. Oh, I have a bobby pin stuck to it. So last night, so this is Forget Me Not by A.M. Taylor. Last night I made it exactly 50% of the way through, and I'm currently 55% of the way through. So I haven't made much progress because because I have been out and about today. I don't have too much going on tomorrow. I'm meeting some family again for lunch tomorrow, and I want to get back onto, I haven't done anything around the house in the last couple of days, so I want to get back onto doing some stuff around the house tomorrow, get onto doing a few more bits and pieces, but hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get a lot more read, and I will definitely read like a chunk of this tonight before I go to bed. I think I'm just going to settle in now. I'm about to eat some dinner, watch a movie, try and get a decent night's sleep tonight, and yeah, that's about it, I think. Again, excuse my appearance. I just like get embarrassingly red. Like, this is nothing. You should see me like directly after I finish a class. It is, and I get that, like, I don't know, you can kind of see it almost a little bit now. I get like that white line around my lips, and it's so prominent when my face is like beet red. So yeah, and I actually have boxing again tomorrow night. We are doing a couple of extra classes this week because like I didn't have work, so we were able to go. So, and it's supposed to be like over 40 degrees tomorrow. So yeah, but that is it, I think, for this clip, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I've made decent progress on this. I would like to get, I don't think I'll get this finished tonight now because I've got like 45% of it left to read, but hopefully I can get this done tomorrow, because I would really like to get a lot read in January to like start my year off on the right foot. I have a whole bunch of audiobooks lined up for when I go back to work next week though. So yeah, I think that is it for this clip, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 7:43 p.m. on Thursday the 3rd of January. Apologies for getting another ugly clip today because I once again just got home from boxing. I didn't end up updating you during the day again today. So what's been happening? So today I went to lunch with some of my family, and then I went secondhand book shopping, and I have to say I was very restrained. I'm very proud of myself. I only bought 11 books, and that's from like 4 different places. So I thought that was very restrained, and I'm now putting myself back on my book buying restriction for February, March, April, and May until my birthday in June to try reduce my physical TBR because it increased by a lot in 2018. So that's what I did today. It was so hot today. It was the wrong day really to choose to go secondhand book shopping because where I went for lunch with some of my family, my car was parked, but it was parked in the like direct sun for 2 hours or whatever while I was in having lunch. So my car was already so hot. And then, driving around, and by the time I kind of got into the car and you would get to the next place to get out, the air conditioner would finally have just kind of really started working, and then you'd have to get out again. And it was really unpleasant, if I'm being honest, because it was over 40 degrees here today. So, yes, so that is what I did today. I then came home. I was home for a couple of hours. I had a little bit of a doze on the couch, and then I went to boxing, and now I'm home from boxing. I'm about to go have a shower and eat some dinner, but I thought I'd update you guys while we still had some natural light. So, reading update. Last night I finished reading Forget Me Not by A.M. Taylor. I'd mentioned I think in the previous clip that I was going to try to go to bed a bit earlier. Last night it didn't happen because I was watching the Hopman Cup, which for those of you who don't know is a tennis competition, and Australia were playing, I think it was Spain they were playing, and it went down to the doubles and so on and so forth. So I was watching that, and it ended up going really late, so I didn't get to bed until about 2. And then when I went to bed and I read a little bit of Forget Me Not, and then I was like 80% of the way through, and I really just wanted to find out what was happening. So I read the end of it and ended up finishing the whole thing last night. So I enjoyed Forget Me Not. It definitely has its problems. I think it's very, very slow. Not a whole lot happens. I also think it was very obvious who, like, what the outcome was, like, who the perpetrator was. Like, I had guessed it very early on, and I read quite a few reviews last night after I finished it, and it seems like everyone had guessed it. So it seems like it was because I quite often guess it, but it seems like it was obvious to a lot of people. I did like, oh sorry, there was like half a second where I thought maybe the author was about to throw in a twist, and then no, it just turned out to be what I had thought it was going to be. I will say that I enjoyed that this wasn't heavy-handed on the romance. There's like some kind of like relationship things going on with the main character, but it's definitely not a main part of the story, and I liked that because, you know, quite often authors try to shoehorn a like romance into thrillers like this, and sometimes it just feels really out of place. So I was glad that the author didn't try to do that. But yeah, it was very, it did have pretty good atmosphere, I would say. I really, as you guys probably know, really enjoy thrillers set in small towns, and in particular characters returning to small towns to find out something that happened in the past, which this story definitely plays on. So really enjoyed it. Well, really enjoyed it. That's not really accurate. I enjoyed it, but I definitely had its problems. So I'm giving that a 3.5 stars. I then this afternoon did start The Merciless by Danielle Vega. I'm really excited to be starting this because I've wanted to read this for a really long time. I read a couple of chapters. I haven't read that much of this. I've read a couple of chapters. I'm on page 47. This isn't too long though. Actually, this is very short. This is like not even 300 pages, like 280 pages. So I imagine I'm going to be able to get through this very quickly. So for those of you who don't know, this is a YA horror that follows a girl who is new to a school, and she kind of becomes best friends with the popular girls. And these popular girls decide to do an exorcism on another girl from their school. However, the exorcism becomes basically just a torture thing. I've heard mixed things about this, but I've always been very interested in that premise, so I'm very excited to be reading this and see how I like it. You guys, look at my nail. Look away for those of you who don't like nail things. I'm about to show what happened at boxing tonight. I completely, not only did I rip off the acrylic, I completely like ripped my whole, and I was planning to go get my nails redone tomorrow, and now I'm actually not sure whether I'm going to be able to, because I don't know how they're going to be able to work with that, and it's very sore to touch because it's been ripped so far down the finger. Anyway, unrelated. So yeah, and I just love this edition of these like naked hardbacks with this pentagram, and on the back it's got the it just says like, "Forgive me, Father, for we have sinned," and inside it's got the black end pages with the pentagrams. It says "For mature audiences only." Just very into the aesthetics of this. So yeah, excited to be reading this. I imagine that I'm probably going to get a pretty decent, like I'll probably get that finished tomorrow with it only being like 280 pages. So yeah, I think that is it for this clip. I'll check in with you guys again tomorrow. I'm going to go now so I can go take a shower. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 7:35 p.m. on Friday the 4th of January. Ooh, the colour just went really weird there for a second. So I have been out and about for most of today. I, with my mother, took my niece and nephew Christmas shopping today. Did the colour just go really weird again, or are my eyes going weird? Oh, it's not. I'm an idiot. I realized that it's the colour of the TV. The TV is just on mute, and I realized that it's the colour of the TV flickering on me. Please ignore the weird colours. So, I went with my mother. We took my niece and nephew Christmas shopping. We were out for most of the morning, like we were out from about 9:30 to like 2:30. I then came home and I ended up napping for a couple of hours when I got home. And then now I've just settled in for when I got home, the first thing I did actually was film on my January TBR. So I did that, then took a nap, and now I've just been sitting here on the couch editing it. And I've set it to export. So that's exporting now so that I can get that uploaded, because that needs to go up tonight if I'm going to keep on track with my January uploads, because I've got like 15 videos going up this month. I've got a video basically going up every second day for the entire month of January. So that's what I've been doing today. Nothing overly, exciting. I'm a little bit sad that we've already reached, like, it's Friday night now, and I've only got, like, a normal weekend until I go back to work, and I'm really upset about it. So, in terms of the reading update, I am still reading The Merciless by Daniel Vega. I haven't read any of this today, but last night I read to page 127, so I'm just under kind of halfway through. I've read that much, and I'm hoping that I can get a chunk of this. I may finish this tonight. I think I'm going to watch a movie now, and I'm going to have some dinner, watch a movie, and then I'll probably spend the rest of the evening reading. But like I say, enjoying this so far. It's been pretty like kind of full on already at the part that I'm in, but I don't necessarily buy the lead in, but I'm going to reserve judgment until I finish the whole thing and kind of see what my overall thoughts are. So yeah, I think that is it for this update. That's my phone, and yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So it's the normal weekend, so I just really have normal weekend things going on. Tomorrow I'm meeting my parents for coffee. I'm going to do a little bit of my like grocery shopping, and then I will be I think I'm going to come home and try to get a few more things done around the house, because I haven't really done much the last couple of days, so to keep on top of everything around the house, and that's really it. And then and then tomorrow night we're having a cards night and a barbecue and cards night around my parents, which we haven't done in ages, and I always enjoy, and it's going to be the last one, because my brother, I mentioned in the vlog, one of the previous vlogs last month, that my brother is moving to Brisbane for work. He got a promotion and he's moving to Brisbane, and he actually leaves the following weekend. Is his final weekend, and we're having a dinner out for my sister's birthday and my dad's birthday, because it's their birthdays then, and then also like a farewell dinner for my brother. Shakara, his girlfriend, is moving with him, but she's going to be here for a little bit longer, like a couple of months, while she sorts out her job and all of those types of things. So yeah, this will be the final cards and barbecue. So yeah, I always love a barbecue, always love playing cards. It's going to be a bit strange because when my sister goes, when she moves away, or even just soon, because my brother-in-law will also be going very soon. So then our card players are dwindling, and then once my sister's gone, it'll just be, because my dad doesn't play, so it'll just be me and my mum. We'll have to learn some two-player games. So yeah, that is it though for this clip, and I will talk to you guys at some point tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 5 p.m. on Saturday the 5th of January. First off, I just want to apologise if you can hear any background noise. I think my neighbours are having a party, and it's pretty loud here, but I don't know if it'll come across on camera. So I want to update you guys very quickly, because I'm about to head to my parents' place for barbecue and cards night, and I'm running a little bit late. And I still need to feed the cat. So today I went for coffee and such, and then I came home. I've done a few things around the house, and then just been spending the day doing a bit of reading, watching booktube, etc. So nothing too exciting to report, but onto the reading update. So last night I ended up finishing The Merciless by Daniel Vega. So I did really enjoy this. It's cheesy. I don't think the writing is always fabulous. It's very compulsive and easy to read though, and because it's so short, it is only like 280 pages. It's very easy to get through. I do also think there are some plot holes in it, like in a couple of the scenes, which I can't go into, I guess, without really spoiling things. Things would happen and I would say, wait, like, wasn't that person, a couple of things didn't really make sense, but it was fun. Like I said, cheesy. The ending was like fairly predictable, but I guess like a fun setup for like future books, which of course there are future books in this now. I do think the author did a good job as well of making it I never really knew who to trust. Like there's a lot going on, and at first I would be like, this is, I would think one thing and then something would happen. I'd go, oh, are they trying to go down this path? I wasn't ever really sure exactly what was happening, which is a good thing. So I did really enjoy this. I recognize that this isn't an amazing book, but I did really, really enjoy it. Like on enjoyment level, I'm giving this a 4-star. I thought this was a lot of fun. So I finished that last night. I then today have been reading and finished Claudia and the New Girl by, my library receipt just fell out of it. Get away, library receipt. Claudia and the New Girl by Anne M. Martin. This is book 12 in the Babysitters Club series, so I just literally finished this. This one basically follows Claudia and a new girl who comes to school who is also an artist like Claudia is, and it causes some issues in her friendship group with the other members of the Babysitters Club. This one is really just okay. I guess it does touch on a couple of issues of like friendships and what makes a real friend, and do you need to have things in common with your friends in order for them to be like close with you, that type of thing. But overall, I just didn't really take too much away from this. So I'm giving this 3 stars, still enjoyable as always, but this one's just a 3-star for me. And that is really about it. Like I said, I'm going to pick up another Babysitters Club book now as well, because I have another one of these that is due back to the library. So I'll be cutting on that tonight and may end up reading the whole thing, like, as you guys can see. They're not very long, so I will take that with me to my parents' place. And I will have that to report on tomorrow. Tomorrow is my final day of leave. Well, not really leave, like it's Sunday, but before I go back to work on Monday. I'm so depressed about it. But I'm really looking forward to going to the barbecue and playing cards and stuff with my family tonight. So that is it for this clip, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 5:39 p.m. on Sunday, the 6th of January, which means I'll be leaving the house for work in a little over 12 hours. I'm so upset about it. So today I've had a pretty productive day. So I slept in a little bit, had a fairly lazy morning. I then went to have my nails done when the shops opened here. They don't open till 11 on Sunday, so I had them done. I decided that I needed a bright, happy colour to get me through my return to work. So I got this like orange. I'm actually not happy with them. Not the colour. The colour is fine. I'm not happy. They're not really the shape that I wanted, and I don't know, they're just, there's like some parts on them that just are not great quality. And I went to the same place I always go, but sometimes I guess you just get a dud. And it's fine, like they'll be fine for a couple of weeks. So anyway, so I had my nails done. I then got some lunch, came home, had lunch, filmed 2 videos. I then edited one of the videos that's going to be uploaded tonight. I then watched a movie. I then had a bath, and then here I am, and it's now almost time. Well, I'll probably make dinner in about, I'll probably start another movie soon, and then make dinner at some point. So anyway, reading update. So last night, when I got home from playing cards and stuff at my parents', which I lost cards by 4 points. My brother beat me by 4 points. So annoying. I started Goodbye Stacey Goodbye by Anne M. Martin. My bookmark is falling out of it. By Anne M. Martin, and then I finished this this afternoon. So this is book 13 in the Babysitters Club series, and in this one, Stacey is leaving Stony Brook and moving back to New York and leaving the Babysitters Club. Now, this one isn't really anything spectacular. However, this one made me very emotional. And I think that's because, I think it's kind of twofold. On the one hand, I can relate to this a lot because I moved a lot growing up. So I can totally relate to it from Stacey's point of view of moving away from all of your friends, and it's a little bit different because Stacey's moving back to somewhere where she lived before and back to her, like to a place where she has friends that she had before. But moving is never easy, and so I related to it from that point of view. And then I think it also affected me a little bit emotionally this time as well because, as I've mentioned in, I think, the previous vlog, or the vlog before that, I don't know, in one of the recent vlogs, that my brother and my sister have both announced that they are moving. My brother leaves very soon. My sister will probably be here for at least a little while longer, but they are both eventually moving away from Adelaide. And so was thinking a little bit about that as well. And so this one just affected me more than what you would think that like a silly little Babysitters Club book would. So I'm giving this 3.5 because, like I said, I don't think it's anything amazing, but it did affect me. It did like hit me in the feels. So 3.5 stars to that. I haven't started anything since I finished that yet, but I will start a new book tonight. If not during the evening, then definitely before I go to bed. I'll probably read a few chapters and then take it to work with me tomorrow. Back to work. I'll be starting an audiobook tomorrow. And yeah, I think that's it for this clip. I'm gonna go watch a movie, start thinking about what I'm gonna do for dinner, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. When I get home from work, I can start saying that again. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 5:36 p.m. on Monday, the 7th of January. I survived my first day back at work. Not going to lie, it was a struggle. But I survived. I'm home. 4 days left this week. We've actually only got 3 full weeks, including this week, until we have a holiday weekend. So I'm just kind of counting down the days until that. So something to look forward to in a couple of weeks. And now Winnie's decided to go into the litter tray and be really loud. So, reading update. So, last night, yesterday afternoon / last night, I started The Merciless by Danielle Vega. I read about 70 pages of this last night, and then I've got a lot read today. I read a tiny little bit on the bus on the way to work, I read a little bit on my lunch break, and I read on the bus on the way home. And I'm currently on page 243. So really good progress. This is only 312 pages, so I've only got 70 pages exactly left to go. So I'm confident that I'm going to be able to finish this tonight. I am enjoying this. I can't tell you what this is about without spoiling the first book, but this one does involve a creepy Catholic school, a creepy Catholic boarding school, which points for that. Very creepy setting. I like it. But I don't know how I feel about this one. I definitely don't feel as strongly about this one in like enjoyment as the first one. And then it also has one of my pet peeves that the synopsis tells you that something is going to happen, and it doesn't happen until about page 200. And this is only a 300-page book. That is too far into the story. 200 pages generally is too far into the story, but for a book that's only 300 pages, it is definitely too far into the story. So I'm confident, though, that I'm going to be able to finish this tonight, and then I'll be able to give you my thoughts on that tomorrow. I also started an audiobook today, so I am listening to... Let me pull it up on my phone. I'm listening to A Grown-Up Kind of Pretty by Jocelyn Jackson. I am 60% of the way through that, so made really good progress on that today as well. Should be able to get that done tomorrow, so I should have 2 books to talk to you guys about tomorrow. So this is a literary / women's fiction that follows basically 3 generations of women. We have a grandmother, a mother, and a daughter. However, the grandmother and the mother both had their children when they were only 15 years old. So even the grandmother is only 45, the mother is 30, and the daughter is 15. And the 15-year-old has grown up in this environment of having grown up with parents, or like parent and grandparent, who both became single mothers at 15. And so she's always had this, like, you know, destiny of like her mum and her grandmother trying to protect her from getting pregnant at 15 like they did. And so, you know, you've got that is kind of one of the threads of the story. And then at the beginning of the story, the grandmother is trying to have a pool put in the backyard, because the mother, who is only 30, had an awful stroke about a year before, and she is still very much dealing with, like, the family is dealing with that. She can't communicate, she still needs a lot of help, can't communicate at all, that type of thing. And then while they're digging to have the pool put in, basically something is dug up in the garden that kicks off the story, and we're trying to kind of unravel what's going on, what's happened in the past. We get flashbacks to the mother around the time that she was having the daughter. We also get flashbacks from the grandmother. So we've got a lot kind of going on, and I am enjoying it. I do have a couple of problems with this one. 2 main things. Basically, there is a slur against mentally handicapped people. I'm sure you guys know what slur I'm talking about. It's used quite a few times, and it makes me very uncomfortable. And it's used and then called out. So it was called out. I think it was said twice, and the second time it's said by the teenage characters, and the second time it's said, the grandmother says to her, "Don't use that word." And so I liked that it was called out, but it then is continued to be used. And I know that it's a word that teenagers use because they're stupid and they don't realize how offensive it is, or you know, you're at that age where you don't care about how offensive it is because sometimes being offensive can be cool, that type of thing. So I get it, and I get that it can be realistic, but it still makes me very uncomfortable every time the word is used because I hate that word. It's a word that I, like, have spoken to my niece and nephew about and told them, like, how awful of a word it is and that they should never use it. Because, you know, I know that it's a word that gets thrown around at school. So there's that, and then also this one has a lot of slut shaming in it, and you've kind of got that obviously because you've got an aspect of the story where these two women are known in their very small town for both having had kids at 15, so there's a lot of, you know, judgment on them because of that. But it's not just like slut shaming on them. They both also mainly in internal monologues, do a lot of slut shaming, and I don't like on other people, and I don't like it. I really, really don't like it. We don't need woman on woman hate. Like, there's a couple of different, like, kind of things that come up about extramarital affairs and things like that, and I just, you know, and I know that women are placed in positions a lot of times where they have to have these conflicts because of society, and like, I get that, but I don't know that this is necessarily a commentary on that. It just feels very girl on girl hate, very slut shamey, and I'm not super into it. Having said that, so those are the two main issues that I'm having with it, but I really am enjoying the story, the thread of the story, and the mystery kind of aspect that we've got going through. I want to know what's going on. We get the perspective of the mother who has had the stroke, and we get her not being able to communicate, and she's basically the key to the mystery. She knows what's going on, but she can't communicate that to anyone. And then we've also got the grandmother and the daughter both thinking that they know something and not telling each other, and then like, because, and I know that's like a miscommunication trope, can be really annoying, but it makes sense in this context. Like, I believe that both of these characters would not say anything for the most part, so, well, one in particular. So I don't know, I am really enjoying it for the most part, but there is just those few things that are kind of make me a little bit uncomfortable in the story. But I look forward to finishing it tomorrow, and it's one of those things, books aren't perfect, and, you know, often, and like, this book was published, let me check when it was published, it's not a recent release, and obviously in recent years we have become a lot more aware of representation in media and not doing a lot more, like, it still happens, but I think we're more aware of it now, and it's not an excuse that this was published a while ago. So this was published originally in, I think it was 2012, so 6 years ago, and I do think we've come a long way in 6 years about awareness of how awful it is to do these types of things. But, you know, I just think it's one of those things that it's not going to make me hate the book. It may affect my rating. I don't know. I need to wait and see kind of how I feel about it at the end, but it's something that I try to be aware of, and that I want to make other people aware of, because for some people that is deal breaker stuff, and that's okay. So everybody's different, that's fine. So yeah, that is really all I have for this update. I have knitting group tonight. It's our first like get together this year since before Christmas, so I've got that tonight. So the only reading I'll probably do is I'll probably read that last 70 pages of The Merciless before I go to bed to finish that off, and then I'll start a new physical book tomorrow. But yeah, I got really great reading done today, and like, basically if I end up finishing that book tonight, I read like 230 pages of that today, plus the audiobook pages that I would have got done, so I'm very happy with my reading today. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm on really good track with my TBR for this month, which is great as well. So I think that is it for this clip. I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. We're back to the old when I get home from work tomorrow, which is comforting in the phrase because I'm so used to saying it in the vlogs, but super depressing at the same time. So yes, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 5:34 p.m. on Tuesday the 8th of January. I'm home from work and the return to work exhaustion has officially hit. I'm super tired. I have boxing tonight though, so hopefully doing some exercise will energize me. Hopefully, maybe. Guess we'll see. So nothing exciting to report. Had an ending last night, came home, went to work today, came home, living the life. So, last night, however, I did finish, allow me to get the book for you. Hold it up for you. I finished The Merciless 2 by Daniel Vega. Can I get this with no glare? Yeah, kind of there. So, The Merciless 2 by Daniel Vega. Finished this last night. I read the last 70 pages before I went to bed. I enjoyed this, but it's not as good as the first one for sure. It's still, like, enjoyable. I recognize that these books aren't good, but I enjoy them. Like, they're just, if you enjoy like this kind of like cheesy horror movies, then you're going to enjoy these books, because that's just literally what they are. They are like gory and violent, but not in a like scary way, I don't think. I was super bothered by the fact that this gives away stuff in the synopsis that doesn't happen until 200 pages of the way into the book. I think that the book would have been better served by not revealing that, because I think it would have added more of a suspense element to the story. So what I'm talking about, I guess I'll talk about it because it's in the synopsis. So in the synopsis, it tells you that when she goes to, the character goes to this boarding school, this Catholic boarding school, and she meets a boy there, and the boy, when she reveals herself, like, she, like, talks about her past, he decides that he has to do an exorcism on her. That is, like, a complete, like, it ruins all of the, like, build up into, like, what he's thinking, like, about her, because we already know that he's going to end up wanting to do an exorcism on her once she reveals herself. It just, like, ruins that whole part of the story. There's also a couple of really weird things. Like, you've got a side character in here who is having a relationship with her cousin, and then it's just, like, never touched on again. Like, it's not the girl herself who reveals it, it's another girl. And, like, she says that, like, it's weird, but they didn't grow up knowing that they were cousins, and, you know, so that now they have this connection and they're together and they're, like, really in love or whatever. And I was just like, why is this in here? Because it was very, like, it's never addressed again. And it felt super weird that the author felt like she needed to put that in there, because all it did was make me feel uncomfortable. So, I don't know why that was in there. So there's a few weird things like that. I did still enjoy this, but it's definitely not as good for me as the first book. So I'm giving this a 3.5 star rating, because it is still enjoyable. So finished that last night. I also finished the audiobook today for A Grown Up Kinda Pretty by Jocelyn Jackson. I really enjoyed this book, you guys. I have all the problems with it that I mentioned in my clip yesterday. All of that stands, but I was so engrossed in the story and in the characters. Jocelyn Jackson writes really great characters, I think. Like, she writes really nuanced, layered characters with a lot going on, with lots of layers. Like, they do things sometimes that aren't always great, but at the same time, they're mainly good people, but that doesn't mean that they always do good things, and that's very, like, true to life, I think. And then there's just so much about character relationships, and about relationships between mothers and daughters, and about love, and about finding your family, and, like what makes someone your family, and all of those types of things. And I thought that it was pretty well done. I do have all of those problems. I think this would have been a 4-star for me. I'm docking it a 0.25 stars, so I'm going to give it a 3.75 because of all those issues that I had with it yesterday, because I did still think it was a really enjoyable book, and I was really, like, engrossed in the story the whole way. Like, I really wanted to listen to this all the time and finish it and find out what was happening. So I finished the audiobook today. I actually don't have any other audiobooks lined up. I've got 10. I've got my maximum amount, so the maximum amount you can have on hold at my library is 10, so I maxed out on hold, and then I've got, like, another, like, 6 flagged on my phone that I want to put on hold as soon as some of these other ones start to come in. My library has just been killing it at the moment with getting, like, books that I'm interested in on audio, which is fantastic. So I don't have any others that have come in yet, though. So I do think that tomorrow, if nothing's come in, I will just listen to podcasts, because I wasn't listening to any podcasts over the break. So I might listen to a couple of podcasts, and then if something hasn't come in time for me when I go to work on Thursday, then I might look in the available now section and see if there's anything interesting. But I find that there's rarely anything good in the available now section. It's normally, I struggle to find anything, so we'll see if I end up listening to another audiobook this week or if I just don't. I then also started today, so I finished The Merciless. That was my non-audiobook book, and then so today I started The Duff by Cody Keplinger. This I'm reading on my Kindle. It is a book that I got off NetGalley, but like off the Read Now section on NetGalley like a really long time ago. And I had seen the movie. I think I saw the movie. I think I had the NetGalley version, and I try not to see movies that I haven't seen the original source material for. I like to read the book first, basically, but I saw this on like a girls' night with like my sister and a friend of ours one night, and they wanted to watch this movie, and I wasn't going to be like, no, I refuse to watch it, so we just watched it. And it's not the type of movie, I think, either where there's going to be anything groundbreakingly, you know, spoilery in it. So this is a book about a main character named Bianca who discovers, or like is told, that she is the duff in her group of friends, which is basically the designated ugly fat friend. It's the person in a friend group who is the lesser attractive person that apparently each group has because it makes the other girls look more attractive in comparison. So Bianca is told this about herself, and she then doesn't feel great about that. She's also got a lot of problems going on in her family life. Her parents are having problems in their marriage, and she's just got a lot going on, and she ends up entering into this enemies with benefits relationship. So it's like a friends with benefits, except she doesn't like the guy. Like, they don't get along. They're kind of enemies at school. He is the, like, you know, typical hot guy at school that like every girl wants, and she can't stand him. But they enter into this like purely sexual relationship as like a form of distraction for her. And so the story kind of goes from there. It's not good. I don't think it's a good book. There's a lot of slut shaming in it. I also think that the romance, I don't want to say problematic because I think that word is overused a lot, and I don't think that's necessarily what I mean, but the male character, at least at the beginning, and I assume that we're going to have a lot of character growth and whatever, he's an asshole. Like, she doesn't like him, and she doesn't like him for a reason. He is horrible to her. Like, he's the one who calls her the duff. Like, if a guy called me a duff, like, we're going to have some problems. Like, I just, you know, and even like his attitude about that's just like okay to say to someone, or that even like that girls can be duffs, like I'm not cool with it. So I've got all those types of just like typical problems with the story that I just like think is not good. Having said that, it's very easy to read. It's your typical kind of trash guilty pleasure books. I'm enjoying it. It's got a lot of tropey things in there, but like tropes that I enjoy, like she's in this enemies with benefits relationship, and it's like a secret relationship, like that she doesn't want people to know that she's sleeping with him because she hates him. I love a secret relationship in a book, all the like sneaking around, whatever. It's stupid, and in real life I wouldn't want anyone to do that, because if you are in a relationship that you feel you have to lie about it, there's probably some issues. But yeah, it's pretty trashy, but it's enjoyable trash. So yeah, I didn't say how far of the way through I am. I got 53% of the way through that, and I only started that this morning on my commute. I read a little bit on the bus, a little bit on my lunch break, and then more on the bus on the way home, and I'm over halfway through. I do have boxing tonight, like I said. I also have my marked as to read video needs to be uploaded tonight, and I haven't had a chance to edit it yet. And I've also been trying to close caption all of my non-vlog videos. I'm never going to be able to do the vlogs because they're just too long. It would take forever. And I don't know that I'm going to have enough time tonight, so I'm really hoping, so basically as soon as I get home, I'm going to do the editing bit where I need to like be there and present and editing as quickly as I can so that I can set it to export, and then while it's exporting I can have dinner and have a shower and all of those types of things, and then hopefully it's done exporting and I can then set it to upload. And then the upload now with my new internet connection is going really quickly, so, and it won't be a long video, super long video like the vlog, so it should upload in only like 10 minutes or so, and then hopefully I still have enough time to close caption it before I go to bed. So I just use the auto captioning feature where it automatically does captions, but you have to go through and check them because it does have a lot of errors in it. there's a lot of times where it just, completely mishears what you say, and it also has no grammar, and even just like names and things, because I'm using names, it doesn't pick up names very well, and like titles of books and names, it doesn't pick up very well, and even just like phrases, like booktube, normal phrases, like it doesn't know booktube, it doesn't know, like, there's a lot of words that we say that it doesn't pick up automatically, so you do have to go through it pretty carefully and check everything. So it is definitely a time saver massively that it automatically captions, but it still takes time to do. So I'm hoping to have enough time to do that tonight as well. Yeah, so I don't know that I'll get much more read, except like I will definitely be reading before I go to bed a little bit. And then hopefully if I make as good a progress on it tomorrow as I did today, I may finish it tomorrow. And have it to talk to you guys about tomorrow. So yeah, I think that is it for this clip. I'm going to go now because I've only got about 10 minutes before I need to head to pick my mum up for boxing. So I will talk to you guys again. Oh no, I won't. This is the last clip for this vlog. So I'll see you guys in the outro. Bye guys. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this very first reading vlog for the month of January and for the year of 2019. I'm actually really happy with how my reading year has kicked off. While most of the books I've read have been shorter, I have managed to get through a lot in the first week of January, or the first 8 days of January, which I'm really, really happy with. So I would love to chat with you guys in the comments down below how your January reading month is going. How has your year of 29 kicked off? I would love to know. Please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you would like to see more from my channel. But that is all I have for this video today. Bye guys!